turned in by head coach Joey Little. Leading off the shortstop, number 8, Andrew Escobar. Batting second, the second baseman, number 1, Cooper Wolf. Hitting third, the first baseman, number 11, Daniel Keithley. Batting cleanup, the pitcher, number 15, Evan Potter. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 7, Liam Purrier. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 22, Josh Lane. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 3, Axel Langley. Batting eighth, the catcher, Jathan Lamb. And batting ninth, the right fielder, number 10, Dylan Buckler. And now, Crane fans, get on your feet and make some noise. Let's meet the starting 9 for your Pirates. Turned in by head coach Lucas Vert and assistant coach Mark Vert. Leading off, the shortstop, number 24, Cam Chisholm. Batting second, the first baseman, number 2, CJ Conrad. Batting third, the pitcher, number 00, Gavin Cram. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 35, Turley Howell. Batting fifth, the DH, number 30, Lane Howard. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 10, Jaden Lewis. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 28, Rhett Howell. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 5, Logan Lance. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 23, Cooper Brennan. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 20, Brody Neal. And now we ask that you please rise, and the gentlemen remove your caps to honor this great nation and our veterans that have served in the past and our servicemen and women that are serving right now, with the singing of our national anthem performed by Crane High School Principal Mrs. Tara Meese. Play ball. And let's play ball here from Crane, Missouri, here in Stone County. It's going to be two teams that are less than 10 miles apart from each other, Hurley and Crane. Crane in the blue, Hurley in the red. Hurley coming off a 12-8 win against Summersville. Crane coming off a 26-0 thrashing over Niangua on the road. So both teams have had about 3 wins on the year. One team will get to number 4 on the year. As we'll be just about ready to get things going here from Tootie Parsons Memorial Stadium in downtown Crane, Missouri. I'll give you the lineup first for the visiting Hurley Tigers, as it was announced earlier over the PA system here at Crane. Clear skies today. Temperature is at 73 degrees. Hold on. Yes, temperature at 73 degrees. Winds are out of the southwest at 11 miles per hour, 30% humidity. So if it's blowing from the southwest, it's going to be a little hard to drive the ball out of the ballpark. None of these teams, I believe, are are power hitters. So they're most likely be tasked to just hit line drives, possibly some ground balls, just find the outfield. And as the Pirate catcher in Hurley throws down to second base, and let's see, and that signifies that we are ready for baseball here on this Monday afternoon. Leading off top of the first inning for the Tigers, the center fielder, number 8, Andrew Escobar. Andrew Escobar will dig in, batting from the left side of the plate. As we'll be just about ready to get things going here from Tootie Parsons Memorial. Crane was supposed to have a game on April the 10th. Here, that was against Reed Spring. So this is actually their second home game of the year. Cram steps on the rubber. He's ready, he delivers. And the first pitch is going to be upstairs, and it is ball 1. We are underway here at 5:04 p.m. Central Time here in Southwest Missouri. Next pitch will be down and in, ball 2, 2-0. Scoreboard is working here on April the 20th. If you were with us back on March 21st, we did have some scoreboard malfunctions during the Crane side of the Purdy tournament. Three balls, no strikes is the count to the Tiger leadoff man, Andrew Escobar, as he swings and misses. And there's strike 1. And now it's 3 balls and a strike. The next one swung on, and that's going to go foul. And we're at strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes as the count is full. Next pitch, swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes. Batting second, number 1 shortstop, second baseman, Cooper Wolf. Cooper Wolf is the next man up for the Tigers, 1 out here in the top half of the first inning. The next first pitch to him will be fouled off, and that's going to be strike 1. Zipping 1 for Cooper Wolf. Talk about Major League Baseball. The St. Louis Cardinals are down in South Beach tonight. They're going to be taking on the Miami Marlins. Marlins have had a good start to the season. So has St. Louis. In the Cardinals' first 20 games that they have played, they have posted a 13-8 record so far. So a team that is coming into the 2026 season rebuilding, as he is down on strikes. There's out number 2. Batting third, number 11 first baseman Daniel Keithley. So back to what I was saying, Cardinals are off to a good start so far to the season. And they will take on the Miami Marlins. They are coming off a sweep against the Houston Astros, 13-8 on the year, only a half game back behind the Cincinnati Reds. And listen to this. Everybody in the NL Central is above 500. But yes, it is April still. But doesn't mean you can't pay attention to the standings in the big leagues. Pitch outside, and that will be 2-2 is the count. So Cardinals at 13-8. If they can win tonight against the Marlins, that can get their win streak up, or that can get their win streak up to 6, as that pitch rolls foul. And they would be tied for first place with the Cincinnati Reds. Now we look at our other team in Missouri, the Kansas City Royals. They are sitting in the basement of the AL Central at 7-15. You know, they had some, the Royals have had some higher expectations than the Cardinals have. So like I said, Cardinals will take on the Marlins. Marlins just below 500, 2 games below 500. That will be at Miami, like I said. Like I said, the Cardinals coming off a sweep against the Astros. Dodgers will wrap up their series in Denver, as he is down on strikes. That's Keithley. And we will go to the bottom of the first. Pirates coming up, no score. And no hits in the top of the first. Cam Chisholm will lead off the bottom of the first inning for the Pirates. He is the shortstop tonight for Crane. So talk about the Kansas City Royals. They are currently on a 7-game losing streak so far. They were swept by the Yankees over the weekend. But yes, anything can happen, anything can change. As Major League Baseball plays 162 games between the months of March and October. preferably March and September. During the regular season, that pitch is poked foul down the third base line. For strike one.
Everybody clap your hands.
The pitch to Karam swung on and missed, and that's strike two. Strike three. As he's down on strikes for out number one. Batting second, number 2, first baseman C.J. Conrad. C.J. Conrad digs in. The pitch is going to be outside. And that will be ball one. The next one. Downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. The next one. Way to watch. 3 balls and no strikes. There for Conrad, the Pirate first baseman. Oh, he's going to take it for a strike. He thought it was going to be ball 4. But instead, it's 3 balls and 1 strike. Let's see if he can get himself on base. The next one, swing and a miss, strike 2. The next one, upstairs, ball 4, and we got ourselves a base runner here in the bottom of the first inning of play. And that'll bring in Gavin Cram to the plate. Batting third, number 00, pitcher, Gavin Cram. And it's Gavin Cram to the plate. The pitch, here it is, swung on and hit out of play. That will go foul. Check on the runner, he is back in safely. I wonder what the best count would be to try and steal. I guess would be on the 2-0 count. Throw down to second base, not in time. There is Cram will steal second base. Actually, I was wrong, it was on a 1-1 count. No score here from Crane between Hurley and Crane. The pitch downstairs is going to be taken for a strike. The next one. Upstairs, he watches it. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count. Also, playoffs have started for both the NBA and the NHL. St. Louis Blues are out of the Stanley Cup playoffs. The pitch swung on. That's going to be sharply hit right to the third baseman. Third baseman has trouble fielding the ball. And we got Chisholm hung up between home and third, but he is able to get back to third safely. Batting fourth, number 35, Turley Howell. And it's Turley Howell to the plate. One out here in the bottom of the first inning. Powell is the catcher for the Pirates. Swings and misses. I believe that will be strike 2. The pitch is going to be taken outside. Two balls and a strike. Swing and a miss, and that is going to even the count at 2-2. There to Hurley Howell. The next one, swing and a miss. And that's strike 3, and that will retire the side. So no runs on one base hit. No errors, and a man was left on. We head on to the top of the second inning. No score between Hurley and Crane. Evan Potter leads off the the top of the second inning of play. No score between Hurley and Crane. The first pitch is going to be taken for a ball, 1-0. No score, like I said. The pitch is going to be downstairs, ball 4 for a walk. And the Tigers have their first base runner of the day. Batting fifth, number 7, shortstop, Liam Puryear. And it's Liam Puryear to the plate. The pitch is going to be upstairs, ball 1. pitch, swing and a miss, and that is strike one. 1-1. Next one. Ooh, that almost got him, but it's going to be 2 balls and 1 strike. A 2-1 pitch on its way. Swing and a miss, and he's going to be on strike 2. Two balls and 2 strikes is the count. Pitch. Strike 3 is that's going to be a drop third strike. And there's out number 1. Batting 6th, number 22, third baseman, Josh Lane. The first pitch, is going to be taken for a strike, 0-1. The next pitch tries to show a bunt, gets the bunt down, throw to first, advances the runner, and you get out number 2 on the sacrifice. And now there's 1 on and 2 out here in the top of the second. Batting 7th, number 3, left fielder, Axel Langley. Looks like we'll have a pinch runner for Hurley. It'll be Cardwell is the pinch runner for the Tigers. The first pitch to Langley will be a called strike 1. 0-1 is the count. The next pitch, swing and a miss, and there is strike 2. 0-2 is the count. The 0-2 swung on, and that is going to be lofted foul. And we'll keep the count at 0-2. The next one, upstairs, and that's going to run the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. The next one is going to be outside now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The next one, swing and a miss, that's strike 3. And that's how the bottom of the second inning comes to a close. 1 base hit, no runs, no errors. 1 man left. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Still 0-0. Jaden Lewis leads off the bottom of the second inning for the Pirates. He is hitting 6th in the Pirate lineup. The first pitch to him is going to be swung on and missed for strike 1. Beautiful day today here in Stone County. Like I said, temperatures in the mid to low 70s. So definitely a 20-degree difference than the last time we were here. It was almost 90 degrees here on opening day, almost a month ago tomorrow. Swung on and missed, and that's going to be strike 2, 0-2. The pitch. Watches it. That's going to be ball 1, 1-2. The count there to Lewis. The next pitch. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for out number 1. Batting 7th, number 28, second baseman, Rhett Howell. Rhett Howell is the next batter for the Pirates. He swings and hits that one out of play. That's going to go foul. The next pitch to Howell. He swings and hits one in the air to shallow center. The center fielder in Escobar has it for out number 2. And that brings up the batter in Logan Lance to the plate. Batting 8th, number 5, right fielder, Logan Lance. Logan Lance is the man hitting 3rd here in the second inning, hitting 8th in the lineup for the Pirates. He swings and swats that one to 3rd. Third baseman will throw it, and it will not retire the side. Lance will reach on an infield hit. Batting 9th, number 23, center fielder, Cooper Brannon. Cooper Brannon is the 9th man in the lineup for the Pirates. He watches the first pitch go outside for ball 1. The pitch goes outside and away again, ball 2, 2-0. How does a line drive base hit sound? I bet that would sound great right at the moment. Pitch is going to be taken for a strike. And that will be 2 balls and 1 strike. The count there to Cooper Brannon with 2 outs. Let's see what Cooper does. The pitch, swing and a miss, and there is strike 2. And the count's even at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss as he swings at that high pitch. And he goes down on strikes. So nothing for the Pirates here in the bottom of the second inning as we head on down to the top of the 3rd. It's still 0-0. Jathan Lammy will lead off the top of the third inning of play between the Pirates and the Tigers. No score between both teams as that first pitch gets away, ball one. Jathan Lammy is the leadoff man here in the top of the third inning of play. Like I said, 0-0 between both squads. Both teams are going to be looking for win number 4 on the year. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. Both teams coming off big wins in their last games. That pitch is rifled foul. The next pitch, swing, and he's going to be down on strikes for strike 3. And there's out number 1. Batting ninth, number 10, right fielder Dylan Buckland. Dylan Buckland is the batter. The first pitch will be swung on and missed for strike 1. 0-1 is the count. One out here in the top of the third inning of play. The pitch is going to be swung on and missed for strike 2. The next one. Oh, he gets him for strike 3. And there's out number 2. Center fielder Andrew Escobar. And it's Andrew Escobar to the plate. I believe he struck out his last plate appearance back in the first. So he's back up. He's going to look to get himself on. That pitch goes outside and upstairs for ball 1. The pitch to Escobar is going to be taken for another ball, 2-0. The next pitch outside, and that's going to be 3-0 there on Escobar. Escobar can look to get himself on base for the first time today. Bases are clean. 2 men out, on the ground to the second baseman. He'll throw to first. Gets him on the bang bang play. And that will keep a Tiger off the bases. And they'll also retire the side. So we head to the bottom of the third inning, halfway home, still no score. Top of the order for the Pirates here in the bottom of the third inning of play. Chisholm's second plate appearance to meet Potter on the mound. He swings and rips one foul. And it's 0-1. The next pitch, swings and misses, strike 2. And now Chisholm is in the hole, 1-2. Struck out his last plate appearance. That was back in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch, swings and hits that one softly on the ground. Stops in the infield grass. He throws out Chisholm. There's out number 1. First baseman, C.J. Conrad. Conrad, the first baseman for the Pirates. First pitch, swung on and hit in the air. That's going to go into foul territory. The left fielder covers a lot of ground to get that one, and there is out number 2 here in the third. The pitcher, Gavin Cram. Gavin Cram now the batter for the Pirates. He's also the starting pitcher today. The first pitch he sees goes downstairs in the dirt for ball 1-0. The pitch. And that one goes up and in for ball 2. Pirates, I believe, go on the road in their next game. Tigers will head home, I believe. The next pitch, swung on and ripped foul. Pirates' next home game will be next Tuesday, April the 28th. I believe they take on Billings. That will happen on Tuesday the 28th. Next pitch, swings and hits that one in the air. This is going to give the left fielder a chase once again, but it will go foul. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Gavin Cram. The pitch to him, swings and misses as he goes down on strikes. Pirates go down 1-2-3. As we head to the visiting half of the 4th inning, it's still no score between Crane and Hurley. Hurley Howell leads off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Pirates. Pirates are going to look to get a run on the board, but they're going to have to cross the diamond in order for that to happen. No score here in the bottom of the fourth. Got to break one of those goose eggs there on the scoreboard. Somehow, some way. Pitch. He is going to be excuse me. The pitch. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. That's the count. The next one. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. And the count's even at 2-2. Let's see if Hurley can get himself on. The pitch swings and hits that one in the air into foul ground. That's going to go foul. Three balls and 2 strikes is the count there to Hurley. Let's see what he does. The next pitch swings and hits that one out of play. That will go foul. Pitch to Howell. Ooh, he swings and misses on that pitch. And that's out number 1. The designated hitter, Lane Howard. Howard struck out his last plate appearance back in the top of the first inning. He's going to look to not become a strikeout victim again. He swings and misses at the first offering he sees. It's 0-1. The next pitch swings and hits that one out of play. That will go foul.
Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands. All right now.
The next pitch to Howard. Swings and misses, and wow, that's actually 1 ball. So 1 ball and 2 strikes actually. So the first pitch he watched was actually ball 1. Next pitch swings and hits a little soft pop up into the second baseman. That's going to be out number 2, and that will extend the inning there that will bring in Jaden Lewis to the plate. The third baseman, Jaden Lewis. Jaden Lewis, now the Pirate hitter from the right side. The first pitch he sees is taken for a strike, 0-1. The next one, taken outside for a strike, 0-2. This is probably the best weather you want for baseball. No sunny skies, not even a cloud in the sky as Lewis is down on strikes. And we'll move this game into the top of the 5th inning. It's still no score, Hurley and Crane. No score here from Crane, Missouri. As we are in the top of the 5th inning of play, and there is going to be foul ball on strike 1. One thing the Tigers don't want to hear anymore is those bells that go off every time they get to strike 2. And that's going to be downstairs for strike 2. Every time I say they don't want to hear the bells, they hear the bells. The next pitch is going to be outside now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes is the count to Liam Purrier. The pitch. Strike 3 is going to be the call, and that is going to be out number 1 for the Tigers. Third baseman Josh Lane. And it's going to be Josh Lane to the plate. Batting from the right side. The first pitch is going to go out of play, foul. 0-1, 1 out, bases empty here in the top of the 5th inning. The pitch is going to be taken outside, and it will be 1 ball, 1 strike. The next pitch. I'll tip that one, and it's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 on its way. Here it comes, and that will be 2 balls and 2 strikes. The next pitch, swung on and hit out of play. That will go foul. The next one, way outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Cram having a little bit of trouble with command here in the top half of the 5th inning. But what I can say is it's been a nicely pitched game between both Cram and Potter. The pitch, outside, ball 4, and that's going to put a runner on here with 1 out here in the bottom or the top of the 5th. Left fielder Axel Langley. So it's Axel Langley now to the plate. He's got a man on first with 1 out. The pitch to Cram will be taken for a strike now. 0-1. The next pitch, as Hurley could not find the ball, it's going to go over the second baseman's head, and that will go into shallow center field. But the runner does stay put at second. Tigers making some noise here in the top of the 5th inning. It's still no score. Oh, 0-2 is the count to Langley. The pitch, swing and a miss. Or excuse me, it was now 3 balls and 2 strikes. So that was going to be, I thought that was strike 3. So my mistake. The next one, downstairs, ball 4, and that's going to be another man on base. That's going to prompt. No, not yet. Thought he was going to go out to talk things over with Cram on the mound. First pitch, swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Catcher, Jathan Lammy. Jathan Lammy is the catcher for the Tigers as he tries to bunt that one. That will go out of play. For strike 2. 0-2 with 1 out. Pitch from Cram is outside, and that will be 1 ball and 2 strikes. The next pitch, just a little outside, 2-2. The next one swung on and hit out of play. That makes a loud noise. And it's still 2-2. The next one is upstairs, and that will be 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tigers on the cusp of possibly walking the bases loaded. The pitch from Cram is going to be a strike 3. And there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning, or in the top of the 5th, excuse me. Right fielder, Dylan Buckland. First pitch to Buckland was going to be taken for a ball, I believe, at 1-0. Pirates can extend this winning streak to 2 if they can get up to 4 wins on the season. You know, the season is still young. That can send them on the road to Pleasant Hope on a 2-game winning streak. But they're going to have to get themselves out of this top of the 5th inning jam and leave 2 runners on. Two outs here in the inning. The pitch to Buckland is going to be taken for a strike. And it's going to be 2 strikes. Now that's strike 2. The next one, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is how you get yourself out of a first and second jam, and you keep it scoreless and just slam the door. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is time to get ourselves a rally here in Crane. No score, Hurley and Crane. It's Red Howell to get things going here in the bottom of the 5th inning of play. No score between Crane and Hurley as he swings and misses. And he's quickly behind at 0-1. It's always that first pitch that can get you either ahead in the count or behind in the count. Oh, that will hit Red Howell. And he will trot down to first, and he'll be hit by the pitch. Right fielder Logan Lance. It's Logan Lance to the plate. We're gonna get these Pirates hyped up. We're gonna get them to smash some baseballs. The pitch to Lance. He swings and he's gonna hit that one in the air to left field. The left fielder will haul that one in for out number 1. And it's going to be up to Cooper Brannon to get himself on base. The center fielder, Cooper Brannon. Cooper Brannon to the plate. Let's see what he's got to do. As he watches the first pitch go downstairs, that's going to be ball 1. 1-0 the count to the 9th man in the Pirate lineup. Pirates will host Billings in their next home game. There goes a throw down to second base. It's offline. And look at that. Rhett has himself a stolen base. Let's see what Cooper Brannon will do. Swings and hits that one out of play. That will go foul. The next pitch to Brannon. Swings and hits that one on the ground to the second baseman. Second baseman is not going to make a play. That's going to play a run. That's going to have Rhett scoring from second base. And we are scoreless no more here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the Pirates get on the board. It's 1-0 Crane. Thanks to the little soft ground ball there by Cooper Brannon. We have ourselves a 1-0 lead. The shortstop, Cam Chisholm. Excuse me. There goes Brannon. There goes the throw down to second base. It's way offline. And Brannon will get himself into scoring position easily. 1-0 Pirates here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That was thanks to a little slow roller that went into shallow right field. And it was enough for Rhett to score. There's another little roller to second base, or to first step on the bag. And he's out on out number 2. The first baseman, C.J. Conrad. And it's C.J. Conrad to the plate. He will be tasked to possibly drive home Brannon. He certainly can. Let's see what CJ can do with 2 outs and a man on third. The pitch swings and hits that one in the air. That should be easy for the second baseman. He will catch that one for out number 3, but the Pirates score 1 on 2 base hits. On 1 hit. No errors. They leave 1 man on. We head to the top of the 6th inning. It's 1-0 Crane. Andrew Escobar leads off the top of the 6th inning of play for the Tigers. He swings and he's going to hit that one the other way, and this is going to be an easy line out for Brody Neal there in left, and there's out number 1. The second baseman, Cooper Wolf. Cooper Wolf is the second man in the lineup for the Tigers. He swings in, hits one to the concrete backstop for strike 1. Let me tell you, Gavin Cram had that dog in him there in the top of the 5th inning. He got 2 runners on. I believe they sent 6 men to the plate in the top of the 5th inning. That is the Hurley Tigers. But Cram was able to work through it, and he left nothing out there. Left it all out on the mound, and that's how we got ourselves a 1-0 lead. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. And there's out number 2. First baseman Daniel Keithley. Daniel Keithley is the third man in the lineup for the Tigers. Let's see what Lance can do. That pitch goes out of play, or goes in the dirt for that count to be 1 ball and 1 strike. That next pitch is going to be upstairs and away. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. That next one floats downstairs. That's going to be their strike 2. Cram fires, swings and hits it in the air into left field. The left fielder is going to give that one chase, and that is going to go all the way to the wall. Keithley is going to head to second base. They're going to have themselves a rundown. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Tags him out at first, and that is how we get out of the jam here in the top of the 6th inning of play. And what was going to be extra bases, let me tell you, Neal fielded it through a strike back into the infield. Keithley got himself into a rundown, and that's how we got ourselves into that situation we are in right now. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It is 1-0 Pirates. Gavin Cram leads off the bottom of the 6th inning of play. Pirates have that 1-0 advantage. They scored that lone run in the bottom of the 5th inning of play. Let's see if we can get the Pirates to get some more runs. Swung on and foul tipped for a strike. That will be strike 2. 0-2 the count. The next one. Oh, that is going to hit Cram. He will head on to first base, excuse me. Brings in Hurley Howe to the plate. The catcher, Hurley Howe. Hurley Howe is the Pirate catcher. He rocks the bat up and down. Let's see what he can do. Next pitch, swung on and hit out of play. That will go foul. Let me go back to that spectacular play there by Brody Neal. He was able to field the ball that went all the way to the fence. Swings, and that's going to be hit in the air right to the center fielder. Murray was going to tag up to second base, but he is going to be doubled off. Huge mistake. That's going to drive base running coaches nuts. Is getting doubled off. Designated hitter, Lane Howard. It's Lane Howard now to the plate. I can give you an update from South Beach. That's Miami. What do you know? The Cardinals and Marlins are tied at 0 in the top of the 4th inning. That game just not even an hour old. So it looks like there was a sounds like it is a good pitcher's duel there between Meyer and Michael McGreevy. Cardinals only have 1 hit so far. They're at Lone Depot Park there in Miami, Florida. Pitch to Howard. He will check his swing, but he did go around. That is strike 1. Howard will wiggle that bat up and down. The pitch is going to be downstairs. That's going to be ball 4. And that will draw a walk there to Lane Howard. And that's going to bring in Jaden Lewis to the plate. But not until looks like we'll have a pitching change. They trail it 1-0 here in the top of the, as we head to the top of the 7th. Evan Potter leads off the the top of the 7th inning of play. Pirates lead it 1-0. And let's see if Cram can give himself a complete game shutout here in the 7th inning of play. First pitch he throws will be a ball 1-0. The next pitch is going to be taken for a strike. Excuse me, taken for a ball, and it's 2-0. Upstairs now, 3-0 there to Potter. The next one upstairs. Now that's 3 balls and actually 1 strike. The count there to Potter. The next one. And it's going to be strike 2. Three balls and 2 strikes, the count to Potter. The next one. Strike 3. He goes down on strikes. And there's out number 1 here in the 7th. Third baseman Logan Purrier. Logan Purrier is going to be the Tiger third baseman. He's hitting in the 4th spot. He swings and hits that one on the ground to the third baseman. Throw on to first in just a nick of time, and that is going to that's going to put the Tigers down to their final out of the game. Third baseman Josh Lane. So that was actually the shortstop who just batted. The final hope for the Tigers, Josh Lane. The first pitch is going to be taken upstairs and away, ball 1. We were in a pitcher's duel mostly, but I don't want to say the Pirates are going to come out on top because I don't want to jinx it. Swung on and hit on the ground to the third baseman. This should do it. A throw across the diamond, and that is how the ball game will come to a close. Pirates take this one 1-0. Here in 7. Gavin Cram with the complete game today. He gets the win. Evan Potter, who also pitched really well, he unfortunately will suffer the loss. So don't go away. We're going to have our post-game show coming up in just a few moments. We will talk to head coach Lucas Vert of the Crane Pirates, and we'll talk also to pitcher Gavin Cram when we come back. Welcome back to Tootie Parsons Memorial Stadium. I'm with both Cooper Brandon and Gavin Cram. Gavin Cram getting the win on the mound in a very good pitcher's duel against Hurley. Gavin, what was going into your game plan today going up against Hurley?
Just to throw strikes. That's it, just throw strikes.
Just throw strikes.
That's all I can do.
Which is what you guys did. You guys were kind of off for a little bit. You guys ran out against Reed Spring, not last week, but the week before. I don't know if you guys had any games last week, but you guys are on a 2-game winning streak. You know, you guys really poured it on against Niagara and then only putting up 1 run. Cooper, what was going into your game plan today?
Having a week off is really stressful on a team, and I think getting in there, the box, ready to score something, is really helpful for the team. And being able to drive in a run is really special at the end.
Having a drive in a run is very special. You know, pitcher duels can be very stressful. You know, there's not a lot of runs scored. Both pitchers are just giving out their best stuff. You know, what did you guys have to do to get your team hyped up in the bottom of the 5th inning?
It's a lot of just yelling at them.
Yeah.
You got to get them up somehow, and that's just going to them and telling them get up. And especially when one person starts it in the dugout, it kind of flows.
It's pretty easy when you got Lane Howard in the dugout.
And now on the mound, Gavin, as you know, you didn't give up any runs. You pitched a complete game. What kind of pitches were you throwing to these Hurley hitters?
I think I threw a fastball every pitch other than maybe 2. I threw a curveball. But after seeing them not be able to put the fastball in play and really do anything with it, I just kept going back to it.
Just kept going back to the fastball and just after they would put it in play. And now let's go to the top of the 5th inning. I mean, you had put 2 runners on base. You didn't allow any runs. You pretty much had that dog at you in the top of the 5th inning. What was going in your mind? What was the message that Coach Burt was telling you?
To just keep doing what I was doing, have confidence, know that I'm better than them, and just do what I can.
Just do what you can. And now, Cooper, going into the bottom of the 5th inning in your at bat, you know, it was a little slow ground ball that just squeaked into the shallow part of right center, excuse me. What were you looking for in your at bat in the bottom of the 5th?
Obviously, a base hit coming off of the 2 runners on 5th. I knew I needed something to happen, and that's what I got, and yeah.
Pleasant Hope coming up. I believe that's going to be on Thursday. Night, you guys go up to Pleasant Hope. Tomorrow. You guys go to Pleasant Hope. So, what is going to be the same mentality if you guys want to extend this winning streak up to 3 when you guys take on Pleasant Hope?
We got Cam on the mound. Cam's going to shove.
We got to hit a ball. We got to put balls in play tomorrow.
Started early.
Yeah.
If there were any final words you had to say to Coach Joey Little of the Hurley Tigers, what would your words be to Coach Little of the Hurley Tigers after that 1-0 loss they had?
It's tough, but it's the game of baseball. I mean, it happens to the best of us, and it's always how you bounce back.
I got nothing.
Appreciate the time, boys. Congratulations on that win against Hurley. Maybe you can get a win streak or extend the win streak up to 3 when you guys take on Pleasant Hope tomorrow.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Cooper Brandon and Gavin Cram. Now we'll have the head coach of the Crane Pirates. That's going to be Coach Lucas Burt. After that 1-0 win against Hurley. Coach Burt, going into this game, you guys were on a 2-game winning streak. You guys, I believe, had the week off because of weather. So, what was the initial statement? What was the message that you had to send to your players?
You know, I think it's a lot about just getting back in the groove of things. Hitters swinging at strikes, taking balls. Pitchers making sure that we're putting balls in the strike zone. Gavin did a really good job of that tonight. And then fielders just making routine plays, make the routine. We preach that a lot. Don't make things harder than they are. Make a routine play, get an out. Right? We preach that a ton. So that was a lot of what we were saying. Like Cooper said, it's stressful coming off a week where you haven't played, but he also said that that's the game of baseball. You know, we can't control the weather, so being able to bounce back from a long time off and pick up where we left off with Niagara was really nice.
Picking up where you guys left off after beating Niagara, which it was a slugfest that you guys had against Niagara, 26-0. But that's in the past. This game, only 1 run was scored. You know, you guys had a good pitcher's duel. You know, both Potter and Cram both looked pretty snazzy on
Yes,
the mound today.
I would agree. Both pitchers did a really good job. Very, very limited amount of walks in that game, making sure the balls are in the strike zone, and that it's our hitters have to do a better job staying in their back foot. The Potter kid from Hurley didn't throw the ball very hard, but we were getting way out on our front foot and not really seeing the ball super well. Which after a week with no games, you're going to have that. That's the game of baseball, and I'm just very pleased with our defense being able to hold them to 0 so we can win 1-0.
Definitely hold them to 0-1. Let's go into the top of the 5th inning. You know, I talked about this both with Gavin Cram and Cooper Brandon. You know, you guys were going into the top of the 5th. There's no score. Cram had put 2 runners on base, and like I said, he had that dog in him. What was the message that he had to send to Gavin Cram in the top of the 5th?
You know, I think we're very fortunate to have 3 arms right now that we can put full trust in to call their own pitches and fill the strikes and open strikes. Gavin obviously does a very good job of that. Cam Chisholm does an amazing job of that, filling the zone up. And then CJ Conrad does a really good job of that. So when we have those guys on the mound, I think it gives me all the confidence in the world to let them do their thing, right? They walk 2, they walk a guy, they get in a 3-0 count. I'm not concerned, right? We're preaching at them to keep trusting their process, keep doing what they're doing, and making sure that their job is being taken care of. And they consistently bounce back from weird innings, odd things, defensive plays not being made. And like you said, they have that dog in them. Gavin definitely did tonight. Very pleased with his outing. So I think it's easy when those guys are on the mound.
Cooper Brandon had scored the lone run, drove in the lone run today in the bottom of the 5th inning. It was like I said, it was a soft ground ball. You know, just barely squeezed into shallow right field or shallow right center field. So, what was your message to Cooper Brandon when he got up to the plate?
You know, all day we were preaching to stay small and try to hit some to the opposite field. We've worked on that consistently this last week when we've been hitting inside at practice, is taking those outside pitches to right field. And the Potter kid from Hurley did a really good job and kind of carved us up at times with that pitch on the outer half of the plate. Cooper did a really good job doing exactly what he was taught, making sure to get a bat on the ball. We wanted to apply pressure the whole game and put balls in play, right? So he made sure to do that. Credit to Rhett Howell. He had the green light on second base. He got a really good jump on the pitcher, almost on a straight steal. And then when the ball got through, he was stealing. So he made a really good play on the good jump. That way we could steal that run, because I think he wouldn't have scored from second on a normal jump with that same ball hit. So definitely big credit to Rhett Howell and Cooper for putting the ball in play there.
Pleasant Hope coming up tomorrow. You guys are on a 2-game winning streak, I believe. So what's it going to be if you guys want to extend the winning streak up to 3 when you guys take on Pleasant Hope?
You know, I think we've talked a lot about it right here. It's just trusting our process, making the routine plays routine. We'll have Cam Chisholm on the mound, so that gives everybody a lot of confidence, both in the box, defensively. For me as a coach, when you get to have a guy like Cam on the mound, I think I definitely enjoy it, because you don't have to worry about walks or anything weird like that. Cam's going to pump the zone full of strikes, and he's done a really good job for us this year. So really just trusting our process, putting a lot of balls in play. I've really been preaching on our guys that we want to jump on teams early. In the first, score runs in the first inning, apply pressure. That way we put teams on their heels rather than us being on our heels. So if we can do those things, then I think we have a really good chance to come out with another win.
Very final words you had to say to Coach Joey Little of the Hurley Tigers. What would your words be to Coach Little of the Hurley Tigers after that 1-0 loss they had?
I think he has a really good young team. There's a lot of freshmen and sophomores on that team. He's got a solid middle infield. Their center fielder's great. Their guys put some balls in play against Gavin there. Thankfully, we were able to make plays behind Gavin to put away the win. But I think that the Hurley Tigers, with this group being as young as they are and what they have in the junior high, I think that they're going to be a very formidable opponent. And I think a lot of that goes back to how they're coached by Coach Little. So I'd give him a lot of props, tell him to stick with it, and I think that this group for them is going to go places. So
appreciate the time, Coach Birch. Congratulations on that win against Hurley. Hey, maybe you guys can get another win. You guys play tomorrow. Weather doesn't look like it's going to be going to be dropping water?
A lot of beautiful days.
Yes, it is. Go get Pleasant Hope and let's get that winning streak up to 3.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Lucas Burt and Cooper Brandon, along with Gavin Cram, on the postgame show. That will end our stream for today. We'll be back on next Tuesday, on April 28th. It will be a home game. The Pirates will be taking on the Billings Wildcats, I believe. So if you want to stay connected, we have our social media links in our description below. Businesses, if you want to sponsor, we have our sponsorship link we have a link to our sponsorship form link to this live stream as well. For one final time, I'm Adam Smith from Ozark Sports Report saying so long from Tootie Parsons Memorial Stadium. It was a 1-0 Pirate win over the Tigers. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you back here on Tuesday, April the 28th, when the Pirates will take on the Wildcats from Billings.